French carmaker Citroën says this is the car of the future. On sale next year, it's a hybrid with 50 kilometres of battery life.
Each and every new product after this one and with this one being either electric or plug-in hybrid, whatever the size of the product, which means that by 2025, 100% of our products will be either electric or plug-in hybrid. That's our ambition.
This year's Paris Motor Show has gone electric as brands from around the world show off their new models. Cities like Paris, which has promised to ban diesel cars by 2024 and petrol by 2030, are increasingly adopting anti-pollution strategies, which mean the writing could soon be on the wall for the combustion engine. Since the European car industry was hit by the Dieselgate scandal, car makers are under pressure to show they're cleaning up their act. And in many cases, that means major investments in electric cars. But motorists aren't convinced. Just 1% of sales in Europe are electric. Experts say that won't increase quickly without major public investment in charging points and financial incentives to encourage drivers to make the switch.
Governments aren't really making the commitment that's needed for electric cars to take off. Look at Norway. It has the biggest electric car market in Europe, and there are tax breaks to buy electric cars, reserved lanes and free toll roads. That's the kind of commitment that's really needed elsewhere.
Technical progress may also give the electric market a jolt. Cars are in development that could go as much as 500 kilometres on one charge, leaving drivers' fears of a flat battery far behind. Elena Casas, TRT World, Paris.
Jack Parrock joins us now live from Brussels. Hi there, Jack. So this proposal is going to have to be ratified by individual EU governments, and it's also going to have to go through the European Commission. How likely is it that it's going to survive in its current form?
As with any piece of EU legislation, it's very unlikely that it will be exactly how it is, and perhaps the targets may be tempered, probably by the European Commission, which initially set out a 30% emissions cut by 2030, and the Parliament has now raised it to a 40% one. Also, as you say, the European Union governments, the EU Council will have to approve this, and it's likely that the big German and French car makers are obviously going to lobby their own governments very hard to try and get these targets brought down slightly into a place that they feel might be realistic. It could be many months yet before this actually goes into force. Yeah,
that really is the key issue, isn't it? Just how powerful are the automakers in Europe, especially when it comes to the emissions debate?
Clearly very powerful indeed. I mean, the European Union produced around 17 million cars in 2017 in the period of last year. So it's a huge industry, and bearing in mind that exports of those cars are topping around $160 billion every year as well. So they have a strong power in their countries, especially in Germany and France, which are really considered two of the most powerful governments in the European Union. So, and losing car sales is a big issue for them. Having said that, the car industries are interested in bringing down emissions. They just say that it needs to be more realistic, and that what the European Parliament is setting out is simply not feasible at the moment.
Yeah. The Dieselgate scandal, how much of an influence has that been in this particular debate?
Right, exactly. So when Volkswagen was accused and found to be basically manipulating CO2 emissions technology, that obviously hit consumers hard, and we've seen sales of diesel cars drop. And interestingly, over the last 10 years, car makers in the European Union have basically been trying to lower emissions by increasing sales of low CO2 emission diesel cars. This now means that there's a shift in the market, and those car makers are having to look elsewhere to bring down those targets. And now with these fresh targets coming in, they're going to have to do more, and clearly the only way is electric vehicles.
Jack Parrock in Brussels, thank you very much indeed.